Don't fear the known. Fear the unknown. Think about that. I said it backwards, just to make you think about it. Why do we fear the unknown when we should just fear the known? I thought about that today, how when it comes to people achieving their dreams and really want to overcome things, a lot of times they hinder and they become stagnated because they fear the unknown. But we should fear the known fact that if I don't do anything, then there's no results going to happen. If I don't go through anything, if I don't sacrifice, if I don't get my hands dirty, if I don't get bruised, if I don't sweat, if I don't get if I don't get any type of damages due to, the struggle of the process, you know what I mean? I think that we need to change the philosophy of fearing the unknown and to just fear the known facts of the truth that remains of what'll happen if we allow the system to take care of us and we don't take care of ourselves, or we don't think outside the box or push ourselves to see what we are made of, to see what we can do, what we can accomplish, what we can overcome on a personal note. Everybody got different things to overcome, different things we face, man. And I'm not gonna lie, working on my mom's house and traveling and moving around, and everything just been coming to a toll where I now see that hard work truly pays off. Money holds no hate. And I want to say that like that because once you work hard and you start learning some financial literacy, you'll start understanding that you use money to work harder than you. Money will work harder than you. You can use your money to get a side job. Let the money get 2-3 jobs without running yourself in the ground. There's a stage for everything, family. There's a stage, I believe, that we go through on growing, on developing our personalities and our style, our character, but certain things is it's all based on our belief system. What we believe we can accomplish, what we believe we can accomplish. If we believe what the system tells us, like they say, many will follow the broad way and only a few will follow the narrow way. And the narrow way is always different from the norm, always a little different. It's not what everyone is typically doing, you know what I mean? And now, just building this house up, renovating it, you get to see a lot of people that you get to see the truth about a lot of individuals, even if you're not looking for it. Because some people are so used to doing a certain thing that it's normal for them to practice treachery or not keep their word. It's normal for them to be selfish in a certain level, you know what I mean? So if you open yourself up, especially once you open, you will see the difference of how people grow in different levels. And majority of the people that's achieving things great, they don't fear anything. We bold, willing to make sacrifices. I had a guy ask me over the week while I was down working in my mom's house, do I gamble? And I said, not at a casino, I take chances on myself, you know what I mean? Like, but as far as like thinking I'm gonna get rich quick, I know that's not a reality. Like, I understand the concept, even if you get it and you don't know how to keep it, it's almost not even worth having it, because the situation can become worse than it was before you had anything. You know what I mean? So I think that it's wise to learn how to use the money, because we can get it, but if we don't understand, then it'll be hard for us to overcome the hump, get over the hump. But I think that we shouldn't fear the unknown. We don't know what's going to happen if you go on to pursue your dreams, your goals. You don't know how it's going to turn out, what direction you're going to go. You don't know who you're going to touch, what doors you're going to open. But if you fear it, if you be like, you know what, nah, I ain't going to do that, man. I'm going to go on and I'm going to go on and wait a little longer. Some things are meant to just go on and just let out, go on and do it and see what the outcome, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I consumed a lot of hours of watching videos, a couple weeks of learning how to do renovations on certain things that I never did, so that way I could do it. And then I knew that certain things I had to get to a point where, okay, I got to get this okay. I know I'm dealing with an older house. Am I looking for perfection, or am I looking for, remodeling, renovation, working on certain things as I go? You know what I mean? But giving it a facelift. You know what I mean? Giving it new life, new color, new a new image. You know what I mean? And I knew that building a team was going to be difficult, being in another state. But I ended up getting some help here and there. Some was good help, other was, help, but end up spending too much. And I'm like, I'm cool with a situation if I got my back against the wall and I got to do one thing. I network with you, you might get me. But I'm not going to network with you again. I'm going to make sure that I won't have to network with you. I'd rather do it myself or pay someone else more before I let someone else get me that I know try to take advantage of me. You know what I mean? So we have to be aware of that. But I feel like it's okay, because all of that is part of it. Like, you're going to face situations like that. You're going to face, situations with the economy. Like, me working on it during when the rise of material came, when everything went, skyrocket. Now things are down at a nice minimum, but it had went up ridiculous, and I still had to get certain things. And you got to think, $100 wasn't $1,000 wasn't $1,000 then. $1,000 you could get multiple pieces of metal at one time, and then you spent that same. You like, man, what did I buy? You know what I'm saying? It was ridiculous, man. So it almost seemed like the system, so to speak, gave a lot of money out, but then they jacked up the prices so high where it consumed a lot of the money in on saying, oh, it's a shortage of wood, it's a shortage of this material. There wasn't no shortage. That's how they got their money back. You want to get some money out, we give them free money out, charge everything up, you know what I mean? And you have to, certain things you just got to do, it is what it is. You have to just go with the flow. You can wait it out, and it might make a situation stagnated where you could have got more progress, and you might just say, you know what, it's just money. I'm going to make some more of it. Let's go on and get this project done. And that's pretty much what I did. But I can say that if I would have feared the process, I don't think I would have got that far, family. You know what I mean? Because I knew that it was going to be challenging, that it is challenging, because I'm not finished, you know what I mean? But I'm over, like I say now, I say I'm about 85, 90% done, and it's still going to be things that, you work on your home as you go. But certain things you have to make sure you do things in stages, make sure you build the right team, get an understanding. But just in case, I want you to keep this in mind. Always give a 10 to 15% damages. What's good, family? What's good? What's good? Thanks for checking in. So it's always good to give a 10 to 15% on damages, just like even on material when you buy certain stuff. There's going to be some waste. You know what I mean? That's going to be some material you're going to cut and you can't use that piece. You know, it is what it is. And I think when you're chasing your dreams and when you're building your legacy, there going to be some time that you're going to feel that was lost, but still there was a lesson. You know what I mean? There was some type of jewel that was in it, but even though you felt like, man, I didn't get a whole lot out of that, you still got something out of it. You know what I mean? So this has been a great process, man. It is a great process. I'm learning a lot. I'm humbled just to be working on it, man. I take pride, man, in doing this for my mom because I would have did it for her most definitely if I was alive. You know what I mean? If she was alive, we would have been doing a lot of different things. And my mom made a lot of big sacrifices for me. You know what I mean? Like a lot of big sacrifices while I was locked up, trying to get the numbers down. You know what I mean? Um, it's just unreal, man. The things she did. Love you too, TT. Love you too. And you know, I was just thinking, you know, it's just unreal, man. The things that mom did, that your sister did, that really penetrated me, like the path that I'm on with the welding and with the mentoring and with the fabrication and with traveling. Like those are all seeds that she planted, things that she seen that she was like, man, you can do this. Like she motivated me, family. She was like, you can do this. You know, you can do this. You can get this type of money. You know, she ain't even touched the money. She got me excited about something I never did yet. You know what I'm saying? But she had me like fully, you know what I mean, fully engaged in it. Yeah, man. You know what? I really know she is. I really know she is. And you know what? That's why I wanted to say, you know, don't fear the unknown because that's when you grow the most. You know, I know that this whole process, you know, I'm not going to lie to you, y'all. Putting that shower in, I was cussing like a sailor in there. Man, it was frustrating on certain parts because I really needed a hand, though, honestly, like to sit certain things, to get certain things. So I had to compensate. I had to slow down. I said, okay, I got to get this in right. I had to make sure everything was level, make sure everything fit. And there was some complicated times where, you know, I was thinking to myself, I should have put my camera up, but I didn't have good Wi-Fi. But I should have just recorded it, you know what I mean, of some of the scenes. But I swear, man, it was just funny on how all I could think to myself was, man, I know mama getting a kick out of this, you know what I mean? Because I was literally like trying to figure it out. And I had, you know, got little pamphlets and different little educational information to help me walk through everything. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. You know what I mean? But I had to make sure I had everything, and that was a key for me because, you know, sometimes when you're in a small town, you have to go outside of the area to get certain things you need to pull certain things off. So that was an issue, you know, having to go to Greenville, having to go to Pine Bluff, and you know, had to come back, buy certain things in town. But I was able to get a lot of things from the city lumber spot. It's called McGee Lumber. So I most definitely got to shoot them a shout out because they looked out for me on a couple things, gave me some discounts. You know, looked out. You know, I've been spending money there. You know what I'm saying, for sure. So I like to network with my people. You know what I mean? Yeah, carpentry work is a trip. You know what? See, the cool thing is when you welding something and you cut. I mean, you fabricating something, you can actually weld it up and fix it. But if you cut that wood wrong or you do this so and so, that's a piece gone. You like, man, I done messed this up. You know what I'm saying? And some of it, like I got this miter machine, and it's pretty neat. So I've been learning how to do all these angles, and I bought this degree finder deal, man, and it's pretty neat because I can set it on an angle or set it on a corner, and it'll tell me the exact degree of it, what to cut it on. And it's pretty neat because it was coming out, you know, pretty smooth. But at first, I ain't gonna lie, family. You know, I messed up a couple pieces. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to figure it out. Oh man, what you say? So man, you know, so when you know, especially when you renovate, man, anything from homes, containers, RVs, you know, you're gonna run across some challenges of the it's gonna be some things you're gonna run across. You're gonna be like, man, I didn't know that right there. Most definitely, that was a good laugh, wasn't it? But you never know what you're gonna get involved in, because it's like once you get into the skeleton of the project, you get to seeing things that even the previous contractor, when they first put it up, you're like, man, why did they do this? It's like a couple things you were one. I even look like, why did they run this like this? The way they put it in. So it was just some stuff that probably that was gonna fail over time anyway on the plumbing, but it would start having plumbing issues with the sink and stuff like that. So it started leaking more. So I had to fix that up, and I'm actually gonna put a access door that's gonna be behind the washing machine. I'm gonna make a door behind there because it's right behind the shower area. That way, if anything happened, I can always go in there and fix it from the back and don't have to tear everything out or anything. You know what I mean? So the whole time when you're working on something, you always got to make your plan A, B, and C. You know what I mean? So I was running across some projects, running across some problems on this project, like the paint, the way that they sealed it. They didn't really seal it. They just painted it. So a lot of it was peeling off. It was peeling off, you know what I mean? So as I was doing it, it was starting to peel off, and I was like, man, and I started doing research, and it was talking about why that happened, because it didn't get sealed properly. So I had a lot of areas like that. Yes, 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 most definitely. It's an investment. It's all good, because over time you're gonna sit back, and I know that, you know, I would love to have things perfect for mama, you know what I mean? But to be realistic, I know it's perfect just because I did it. You know what I mean? Something I can't, sometimes you can be your worst critic too when you're working on something. You'd be like, man, I gotta get this right, I gotta get this right. And and if it's your first time, it's gonna all you gotta give yourself room for error, man. But you learn. Like um when I laid everything, I learned a lot of things about the flooring, and I got to give a shout out to XL Flooring, because I had to hit him up to get some information on how to lay it and how to stagger it and how to, do the vinyl flooring that I was using. So it made it more easier for me having um, a wider source of knowledge. Plus, I was watching videos and I was getting information to help me walk through things. But I'm really proud of the bathroom, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. That right there was very challenging, because I really needed some help on it, but I didn't have any help. But it turned out pretty good. And my wife, it was funny. I sent her a picture of it once I got it in, before I did any paint or anything. I sent a picture, and it just had the shower and the nozzle and everything. She was like, "Ooh, that's nice, but let me see it work." I was like, "Oh man, you a little fake. You don't think it works?" So I had to do a little video cutting the water on both sides and hitting the shower. You know what I mean? So it was pretty cool. You know what I mean? Hold up, I gotta make sure I see that it popped up and disappeared on me. Most definitely. You know what? As you, yeah, it can be like that. You know what I mean? But you know what? The crazy part is fighting everything, going through this process. I learned more about myself too. You know what I mean? And I learned that I literally, like, everybody got their own belief in themselves, and I can be open as a man now when I can share this. Um, Me myself personally, I don't set limitations on myself. If I know another man has done it, or I can see another man do it, then it's not impossible. I might can't do it the way they do it. I might have to go through a different route of doing it than they did, but I know I can do it. You know what I mean? So with that being said, all I do is acquire the information. Like, truly, like, I feel like we're living in a stage of the matrix, because we can truly download some information, download some knowledge, get some information, and learn whatever we want to learn. But we have to set ourselves the time to say what's most valuable. Do we think that college is, or is it education? Education is more important. You know what I mean? And education comes from different sources. You know what I mean? So once you get that knowledge and you do it yourself, now you got some more education that you can even teach or pass down to a kid or pass down to someone. But education is where it's at. You know what I mean? Education and growing and actually getting your hands dirty and believing. And let me say this too. I was talking to a cousin of mine today, love her to death. We had a nice conversation, and I told her one of my secrets of restoring the house, doing the renovations. I said, man, when you jump on your project, and she about to start a project soon, I said, go on and start getting your ideas. I know it might sound foolish, but you might have 10 or 20 photos of different ideas from, man, I had ideas from homes from overseas, from California, from New York, from Africa, just different places I seen on different things. And I'm like, ooh, I like that. I want to add that to, I want to add that to mom's house somehow. Salute, 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 man. I appreciate that. That's mad love. You know what I mean? You know what? It's crazy because I'm not where I want to be as far as like, being Master P, as far as the level he's on right now. But I do feel like, I'm confident and I know I have the amount of the amount of knowledge now to get that, to obtain that wealth that I know that I'm gonna get eventually in the future. Like I know that the wealth has got to come because once you get the information makes wealth, especially once it knows better. Like you got to make better decisions with your money. Like it's something that's going to come naturally. But sometimes we want the money, money, money first, and then people get it and blow it. We see it all the time. We see so many famous people that have done great things in movies that we think that's doing great, and then they die, and somebody got to do a GoFundMe something on them. They can't even burn them. You know what I'm saying? They didn't even have no type of life insurance, those type of savings. They couldn't. You know what I mean? So sometimes, it's it hurts to know that just because you see a person at a certain level don't mean that they on that level, especially Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's why a lot of my videos I always just go raw. I always just give you the information um, unfiltered. It is what it is because I wish in life that you could get an extra man like you can in the game, or you can stop it and rewind and go back in a different way. But sometimes you gotta accept it and embrace that way of how things played out for you. You know what I mean? So working on my mom's house, like I say, I had them contractors run off. I had that situation go, some things not work out. It was like many different situations that occurred that was like, man. Yes, yes, what your dad said. You do quality work, and yes, it's gonna come knocking for you. So one thing I know that the information that I got and going to my hometown, even though I know I'm gonna be there, I'm not gonna be there. Like I'm gonna be, I want it to be my headquarters, but I know even though the times that I'm gonna be there, it's like I'm still gonna be somewhere else because I don't mingle the same. Like once you grow a certain level, you don't think on the same playing field. You still show the same love and the same respect, but until a person wake up, they can't see your direction. It's like the old folks used to say, "Hey, if you wake a sleepwalker, they might hurt you and themselves. So you don't wake them. You just guide them to a safe place and let them do their thing." So I realize that my purpose is not to wake anyone up. It's not to wake no one up. It's to be the light. So when someone wake up, they can actually see that someone did it from a standpoint where they thought that it was impossible. I mean, I think that hinders a lot of our people. I think that hinders a lot of our growth is that we think that certain things are impossible. That man, we can't do this. I can't do this coming out of prison. I can't do this with no money. I can't do this coming out the projects. I can't do this being raised in the trailer park. I can't do, you know what I'm saying? We see so many things and we give ourselves so many reasons why we can't accomplish something due to the way we was raised, but we have to realize something. None of us knew how we was gonna come out. I didn't know I was gonna come out black and living in the projects. You didn't know what you was gonna be. You didn't know everybody. We came out the way we came. You know what I mean? So that just let me know that that was something that we have no control over. But what we do have control over is how we utilize the knowledge we get and what we do with our time. We can blame. We can play the blame game and point the fingers. You know what I'm saying? Or we can. Yes, sleepwalkers. Yes. Yes, yes. When you grew up without it, just makes you more hungry. Like, it don't matter what I, get. I'm always broke. You know what I'm saying? I'm always trying to get something. Man, I appreciate that, man. You know what? The goal is to always lead by example, man, and be able to give some authentic information. Like, I don't want to lead nobody nobody in the blind. I don't want to give no guiding information. I don't want to cause no stumbling block, but I got to be me. So I'm not gonna unfilter my message. I'm not gonna change who I am. I am who I am. You know what I mean? And who I'm not, I'll never be. It's just what it is. You know what I mean? So I'm cool with that, and I'm cool with embracing somebody for who they are. And once I see how a person is, if I feel like I can't associate in that area, then I just move on to the side. My welding classes, I actually got three different ones at the moment. I got one that's actually a 5-hour class, and it's $250. I have one that's a 30-hour class, and it's $750. And I have one that's $1,500, and it's 80 hours right now. So that's how I break them down. And you can actually learn a combo. So, or you can actually just learn stick or flux core or MIG or TIG. But right now, it's been more popular on the flux core and the MIG welding and stick welding. Field work is a great demand right now, and MIG welding is a great demand for production work. It's very economical because the wire, you can buy big spools of wire. So, when it comes to fabricating things like that, man, it's a big need right now. Yes. Hold up, I missed that. Yes, most definitely need to learn it all. I would say, everybody have their different fields on what they want to learn. So I would say, figure out what you want to do. But my goal is to make it available. I'm going to be in the Arkansas area now, so I will be in McGee, Arkansas doing the classes. I'm also going to be traveling doing certain independent classes for different groups, like different groups might have me come and do a week session for their people, if however many people it is, so I'm always open to network that way. But my goal is to do some independent training from my house, also have a shop soon. So once I get the house together, get mama house together, I'm gonna be finding me a spot so that way we can be networking and have people coming in. So we're gonna kill several birds in one stone. We're gonna do that Black Tradesman Expo. So that's something that I'm excited about because I want to get a lot of tradesmen together. It's gonna be called the Black Tradesman Expo, but you don't have to be black to come to it. But it's to help encourage more black teens, black youth, and black people who actually don't have a lot of trades and skills. So we're trying to flip these numbers, man. The percentage is like around 5% or under. So we need to try to change those numbers for the community, especially for those that's trying to really build some wealth, because construction is where it's at, family. If you just look around, road construction, home construction, uh, um, retail construction, you know what I mean? Construction, like in some fields, that's where it's at right now. Okay, there's a few different ways to apply. It all depends on if you're gonna be in the Arkansas area and come. You can do it from Cash App, you can do it through the website, or you can do it personally when you come down and do your first class. It's however you want to do it. But normally we try to get those who travel in and say they're going to be committed, because I have to set time and schedule. So normally I ask that a person would pay. That way I can schedule my time and I know you're serious, because believe it or not, some people have you schedule and then they do something else. And when that happens, you lose your money. Like if I schedule it and you don't show up, or you change something up without letting me know, without us, communicating, then it is what it is. But I don't like to waste my time, and I most definitely don't like to waste anybody else's time. So my goal is to kill 7 birds with 1 stone and make it available and easy. So at first I had certain times, but now I give the client the times to pick, because it's more flexible for them. Some people might want to do it at night, some people in the evening, some people early in the morning, whatever it is. I want to make accommodations for whatever it is. So most definitely, it will be available. But family, it has been real. I'm back in Georgia right now. It's been a long drive from Arkansas. I felt like I got some things accomplished. Um, it's been real, man. I got some couple bruises on my fingers, hands sore, knees. Even though I had knee pads on, I feel like I've been doing Mike Tyson squats doing that floor. I'm telling you, certain things that I learned. I will share a couple secrets when I go back down. I will actually want to uh, give a couple secrets on doing the floor. So for those who doing vinyl floor that had never done it before, a couple things that I have learned. They will walk on you. Even if you put those little clips on the wall, they can still kind of move. And if they move, you might start one way and everything be perfect as you go, and then you get all the way to one end, you see a couple of them off. You're like, man, how am I fix that? How am I, so I learned that if you would anchor them down, get you some a small concrete anchor bit, and drill a couple holes and sit them down, and then put little screws in them to anchor them down. That way it won't move, and then that way you can save your last strip for a strip that you can cut and pop in. That'll work a whole lot more than you just using those clips. I think those clips, they work better in little bitty spaces. Using the bathroom, I use them in one closet, but in the kitchen closet that's in there, I didn't put the flooring in the closet, because I'm gonna have little different stuff on the floor, and then plus you never really see that opening unless you sitting in that area. But I got it like floored to that door, the inside of the door. So that door right there I didn't, but the bathroom I did the floor, and then the floor inside of the living room hallway, I did the floor in that one. So I kind of switched it up when I did the one in the kitchen. But I learned a lot from that, man. It was very time consuming. I got a lot of education out as far as how to cut it, how to lay it out to get more from your time. So I will say this: if you, it's great. It's great to shop on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, when you getting certain material. I actually got a deal on the shower combo set, so I think I priced it. It was like 8, 9 something, and I ended up spending 5 for that, and it was new in the box, so I got a deal on that end. So I think that it's good that we would, shop with people. It actually didn't have no cracks, nothing like that in it. It was ready to go. But it was real going to get it, putting it in. But I will say that we shouldn't fear the unknown, family. Before I let y'all go, I think we should embrace it, because fearing the unknown will hinder our growth. We'll never know what we can do, our full potential. I think you have to be in some tight spots sometimes. You have to be in a stressful environment to produce great things. You have to be like, almost like they say, in the tropical rainforest to produce tropical colors and things. Like, you got to go through some seasons, heat, this, that, to produce these things. And a lot of times we want certain blessings, and we want to say that, oh, I want to embrace this, I want to wear this crown, but that crown was heavy. You don't know what that what that king or that queen had to walk through. So it's good to not judge a person just by the appearances. You know what I mean? You want to make sure that you actually see the process of things. And that's why I always show the process, working on a house, doing different jobs, different ideas. I show the process of me doing things because the process make it realistic. That way you know that this is not no BS, that it can actually happen. You know what I'm saying? And you see the moments of, man, oh man, I could tell he was tired then. Ooh, I could tell that's going to be part of it. And I think that a person that never did it before, you should embrace that, knowing that you too will make it. You can achieve. You know, I remember my aunt used to always say, "This too shall pass." You know, whatever you're going through, you know, just remember that it's just for a season, family. It's just for a season, you know. And as long as you know that and you embrace that, you will overcome, you will do amazing things. But don't fear the unknown, fear the known. The fact that if you don't do nothing, you know, your legacy is going to die with you. So if you don't live out your dreams and your goals, that's how you live to be remembered. That's how we still do research on the Egyptians to this day. We still do research on our ancestors who did great things. It was because of what they did, not for themselves, but for everyone else, how they affected the culture. So if you want to live to be remembered, you have to live out your dreams, live out your goals, set them out. That way your goals and your dreams, especially if they're not selfish, they will live longer than you, family. So don't fear the unknown. Further known, the fact that if you don't do nothing, ain't nothing gonna happen. HogOn, be blessed.